everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Khan and I'm a third year optometry student. On this channel we do a lot of educational, lifestyle, and optometry related things, so go ahead and subscribe, leave the notification bell on so you don't miss a video, and connect with me on Instagram if you like. So today's video is going to be a video on personal statement. This video is going to be broken down into 3 sections. The first one's going to be brainstorming, where I'll give you a bunch of advice and tips on how you can brainstorm your personal statement. The second one is going to be the body of your personal statement. I'll give you tips on how to approach the introduction, body, and conclusion. And then the last one's going to be the do's and don'ts. I've edited about 50 personal statements this summer, and these do's and don'ts are actually from personal experience and what I've noticed and what I've seen. And so hopefully you can take that and put it into your personal statements. So let's go ahead and get started. So first we're going to start with brainstorming. So this is where you put your why. Why did you choose the field? Talk about the pros of the field, what you saw, what you loved, how you would like to pursue the field. Then you're going to add the events and experience that you had leading up to your ultimate decision of pursuing the field. So under those, put bullet points, talk about all the amazing things that you saw, what you loved, and what you got to do while you were shadowing, while you were volunteering, and all those things. Also try to group all the common ideas together because you're going to try to want to stay within the 5 paragraphs. Next, you're going to think about your wow factor. Remember, there are hundreds and hundreds of students applying every cycle. And you guys aren't that much different from each other. You know, we're all basically the same. We all do volunteering, we all work, we do research, and we basically have the same thing going on. But what you can make stand out is talk about how those experiences are unique to you. So for me, I volunteered at Methodist Hospital, and you know for a fact that a million other people did as well. But for me, I can talk about the different shifts I had, the different rotations that I had while I was doing those shifts, and my interaction with the patients, what I've learned through, you know, helping a nurse do X, Y, and Z, and what I've witnessed. So you can't take those things away from me because those are the things that I experienced. But everyone else did also volunteer at Methodist. So you gotta make those stories unique to you. Also, you're going to want to research the school and write out all the pros, you know, see what their values are and what they specialize in, and then combine that with your personal statement so that when they read it, they're like, oh, okay, they like X, Y, and Z, we offer X, Y, and Z, and it kind of gives them a little something to remember you by. So once you have your why and your ideas and all your bullet points, don't forget to have a theme to every paragraph. So every paragraph should answer why optometry, why medicine, why dentistry. Essay should be very structured and organized. So it could be in chronological order or events that showcase your different experiences as you go along. But don't forget that they need to be very, very structured. I know sometimes we want to tell the reader everything that goes on our minds, everything we can think of, but sometimes it just doesn't belong in that paragraph, so you would either want to make a different paragraph, add it somewhere else, or if you really can't get it to fit, I wouldn't even try to put it in. And also, every paragraph should answer why optometry. If you want to talk about your research experience, that's totally fine, but you have to end it with why that shaped you into choosing optometry, or why it shaped you into choosing the field of your choice. Because remember that we only have a very limited amount of words to write your personal statement, so anything that doesn't answer why the field, don't put it in. That's very useless. There's no reason for you to tell me about a random experience if that doesn't shape your personal statement to why you chose your field. So next is going to be pre-writing. Remember, you're going to write anything and everything that you want to talk about. This is your first draft. Put it all in there and then just write. Just write whatever you want. And then while you're writing, think about how you want to portray yourself to the committee. Do you want them to think that you're passionate? Do you want them to think that you're ambitious and all those things? Think about that as you're writing and then change the tone of your writing. And lastly, don't have the expectations that you're going to perfect it within the first few drafts, because that's not going to happen. You're going to edit it a million times before you can find the perfect draft. So first draft, write anything and everything you want. Second draft, look over it again. Third draft, look over it again, and then send it off to the University Writing Center. Send it off to your friends, send it off to the professors that wrote your recommendation letters, or like send it off to the doctors that you shadowed, and then they'll have a second opinion at it. I don't recommend sending it all out at once. Send it to one person, take it back, edit, another person, take it back, edit. I would do the University Writing Center first because that's the people that don't really understand the field and don't really understand your experience, but what they can do is check your grammar, check your writing style to make sure that everything is good. And then from there, send it off to your friends, and then send it off to the professors. Have that perfect draft and then send it to the doctor that you shadowed, because they're the person who understands the field. They're going to understand your writing so much better, and they've done it themselves before. So that should be the last person that you should send it to. So let's talk about the introduction. And introduction's honestly the hardest part in my opinion. But let's say I give you the word medicine, I give you the word optometry. Tell me the words and phrases and ideas that popped up in your head right when I said that. Because you know what? Those are probably the biggest factors in you choosing the field you decide to pursue. So that's what you should start your introduction with. You know, give me a little hook, give me some emotion, paint me a story, but not too much of a story, because remember that we have a very limited word count. So give me all of those things, you know, and then the most important thing is end it with a thesis-like statement. Introduce the rest of your story with that last sentence. So the body paragraph, remember that if it's not necessary, don't put it in. Your overall goal is to answer why medicine, why optometry. Remember, you're going to try to highlight the important moments and then elaborate on what you experienced and how that shaped your decision of pursuing the career. You don't need to paint me a picture anymore, because that's a waste of time. Remember, very limited words, and it has to answer why optometry. So in every paragraph and all the experience that you add, don't forget to talk about what did you do, what did you learn, how did that experience change you, and how did that experience steer you toward the field of blank. This is not the place to regurgitate what you would already have on your personal statement or cover letter. And I noticed that a lot of people, when they talked about their shadowing experience or the doctors that they work under, they like to give me their names. And that's honestly not really important. I would rather know about their job titles. Like, who did you shadow? Was it a ophthalmologist? Was it a family doctor? Was it a retinal specialist? Or was it a optometrist, a therapeutic optometrist, you know, a glaucoma specialist? Like, talk about that. It gives the reader a better understanding of what you're talking about, rather than saying I shadow under Dr. Jones and this is what I did. And lastly is going to be the conclusion. This is where you tie everything in, you know, summarize your values and your goals of the entire essay, and remind the reader of the qualities and lessons that you learned. Talk about your passion. Refrain from overly ambitious statements like, I'm going to succeed in your program because I'm the hardest worker, or I want an ocular disease residency, or I have developed amazing patient skills because of X, Y, and Z, and I'm ready. You know, I can see where you're going with this, but you know, these skills take a very long time to learn and develop, and I'm still learning as a third-year optometry student. So I feel like saying that you have the skills and you are really good and all those stuff, I feel like that's just way too overly ambitious and does not paint you in a good picture. And I feel like you've only saw a glimpse into the life of whoever you shadowed. You're going to experience a lot of things, and you want to keep an open mind for everything. You want to learn as much as you can and experience as much as you can before you make your ultimate decision. And I say this because I was guilty of it. I sent my personal statement to the dean of SCCO because she was really nice, and she was like, you can just send me your personal statement. And I remember saying that I want to do an ocular disease residency because this and that. And when she edited my personal statement, she responded with, that's a little ambitious, don't you think? And I was like, okay, not putting that in. So yeah, I'm guilty of that as well. And when I was editing a lot of these personal statements, I've seen that a lot. So that's something you can keep an eye on, you know. But I also don't want you to sway away from talking about your goals and your skills and all those good things about yourself. If you talked about volunteering in your personal statements, talk about your goal to get back on mission trips. For optometry, you know, it's a very legislative field. So your goal can be to advocate for the optometry field in the future. You want to open your own clinic in the future. So research the school, you know, look at their mission statements and what they're known for, and tie that to the end of your story, and talk about skills and how you can be an integral part of their college. So lastly, we're going to be talking about the do's and don'ts. So for do's, you know, tell your story about your patient interaction. Talk about your shadowing experience, how you saw the doctor interact with their patients, and talk about how that made you feel. Because you want to be a doctor, right? So show the reader that you have this compassion, and tell them that you love working with patients and all those things, because that's what they're looking for. They're looking for a person who's going to be taking care of patients. So don't forget that, because you want to have them see you in a light that makes you look very good and make you look like a provider. Don't, and this is a big one, guys. I've seen this so much and it baffles my mind. Do not imply or state anything negative about any profession. I'll repeat that. Do not imply or state anything negative about any profession. Do not tell the reader about a negative previous experience of a profession, and talk about how what you saw made you realize that the profession wasn't for you, you know, a doctor-patient interaction that you didn't enjoy, or anything. This is bias, and it makes you look very immature. I know a lot of you guys don't do this on purpose and it's not intentional, but if it's very subtle or very light or minuscule and it's not that big of a deal, don't do it. Do not do that. Next, don't be dramatic with huge metaphors. Don't force a connection if it's not there. Just be yourself and be genuine, because you don't really need to add a bunch of drama and extraness to your personal statement. Do not use this place to talk about your low stats or a B that you got in a class and how you overcame that and become a better person now. This is a personal statement, and this is for them to get to know you better as a person, and this is not a place to give excuses, so I would highly recommend refraining from that. You know, some primary and secondary applications have an area where they will ask you if you like to mention anything to committee before they review your paper, and that's where you can mention it, or during an interview they'll ask you questions like that and you can talk about it, but this is not a place for you to talk about it. Do describe your background. Let the reader get a feel of where you came from and how the career you chose stems from it. After you talk about your background, this is the perfect place for you to give a goal of advocating for your city, educating and providing information to your hometown, helping resolve the problems that you've noticed as you're growing up. Don't tell me your resumes and stats because that's boring and they already saw it. This is not an essay of you listing your skills of why you to become an amazing doctor. Don't compare your experiences with becoming a doctor, you know, optometrist, a dentist. You know, you may have shadowing experiences, but you don't know what's really like to be one. So I feel like that's an overly ambitious statement. You know, unless you've seen patients, you can't use sentences like, I did this and that's why I'd become an amazing doctor. And that is it. I hope you guys are having an amazing day. I hope you crush your personal statement. Thumbs up this video and leave a comment below on what you'd like to see next. And I hope you guys the best of luck on the upcoming application cycle. Bye guys.